Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cat Scratch Kitchen. If you're looking for an easy Halloween treat to impress at your next Halloween party or just to snack on during a scary movie marathon, you've come to the right place. We're ditching the traditional caramel corn and using Jello to create ridiculously vibrant, sweet, and crunchy Halloween glazed popcorn. Grab your apron and get your cauldron ready because this is going to be wickedly delicious. So let's dive in. All right, to begin with, we're going to need a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. We don't want to use wax paper now because it'll melt, so we want to make sure it's parchment paper. And we need 8 cups of air-popped popcorn. Now we'll work on the glaze that we're actually going to put on it. So I have a 1/4 cup of butter, and to that we're adding a 1/4 cup of corn syrup, 3/4 cup of sugar, just plain white sugar, and a small package of Jello. Now the Jello can be any flavor you want. If you want to make it for your team colors, you can go with that way. You could do Christmas colors. I'm doing Halloween colors, so this is green, this is lime. And we're just going to stir this together, and then we'll turn on our heat and bring it to a boil. And as the butter melts and the sugar melts, it's going to turn into a liquid. Now, if your color's not quite as vibrant as you want, this is when you can add some food coloring to it to increase it, or a blend to change the color to something that you can't find in Jello. I'm going to add just a little more green to mine because I want it to be really Frankenstein ghoulish green. And this is the texture that you want. You want it to be sort of a syrup type texture. So now once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to a simmer and then stir it for 5 minutes. And you have to keep stirring it because you don't want that sugar to burn on the bottom. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to turn off my heat, get my burner out of the way, and bring in my popcorn. Okay, and I'm just going to pour it all over my popcorn. Then I'm just going to take a big spatula or spoon and start mixing it together so get everything as covered as possible. Takes a little bit of muscle, but just keep at it, and you'll eventually get everything just about as covered as you can get it before the glaze starts to cool down. Okay, that's about as mixed as we can get it. So I'm going to bring in my sheet pan, and I'm going to spread it fairly evenly in my sheet pan. Be sure and don't touch the syrup. You're dealing with hot lava here. If you want, you can leave it like this, let it air dry, and it'll still have sort of a gooey texture. I like it better if you put it in the oven on 350 for about 10 minutes. And then when it comes out after it cools, it's nice and crunchy. But the choice is yours to make. So at this point, I'm going to stick it in my oven for 10 minutes. And then when it comes out and cools, we can break it apart and put it in our serving bowl. Okay, it's come out of the oven after 10 minutes, and I've let it cool. Now I'm just going to be breaking it off the parchment paper and throwing it in a bowl where I've made a couple of other colors. I've made some purple and some orange, and we'll mix it all together. Once you have it all mixed together, then you can put it in a serving bowl. You could serve it in this giant bowl if you wanted to. You can put it in snack-size bags to give as treats to kids at your own party. You can put sprinkles on it, eyeballs, take your pick. It's ready to serve. It's great and fruity and crunchy.